Greetings Spartans, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be recreating the Obama poster, but instead of the tutorial that we did earlier where we actually created a copy of the Obama poster, now I'm going to use the style of the poster but use a different image. And this is what you will be doing for the project. I am going to be using the same techniques, so don't forget, when you do your own project, you're going to want to go ahead and access this lesson. So without further ado, I'm going to go into Photoshop and I'm going to be using this famous portrait. Now, this is obviously Abraham Lincoln, but it isn't the Abraham Lincoln that you might be more familiar with. So I noticed this one in the Google images and I thought it was rather interesting. So the one I'm more familiar with, it would be the one where he is looking straight at the camera. This one is pretty interesting. It maybe shows more of the humanistic side of Abe Lincoln. So in any case, I'm going to try to go through this quickly because I have a 15-minute limit through my screencast. Okay, so just like in the project, I'm going to go ahead, quick select Abe's face, and already I'm getting a sluggish reception here. So here we go. Now if the quick selection tool doesn't work, you could use other means. You could use the magnetic tool that we learned how to do. But again, you decide which is easier for you. And I guess it would also depend on the resolution of your portrait, of your celebrity. Okay, so it looks like got most of him, or at least enough of him selected. So I'm going to go ahead and do Control-Shift-J, just like the tutorial. Then I'm going to go ahead and trash that excess. Now what I didn't do, and I forgot to do, was crop the image. So I'm going to do that right now. Again, you want to put 4 in the width, 6 in the height, 72 in the resolution. So I'm going to click, drag, and your image is going to look different, perhaps, in terms of its width and height. Don't forget, just have to drag it out and try to get that space below, because this is where the text is going to go. I'm going to go to the top of his head. Again, we're trying to create the same sort of effect as in the Obama. Alright, so it looks like I did pretty well with that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up the levels. Now you didn't do this, and if you do need help with this later on, I can help you in class. But what this does is it changes the distribution of the lights, the mid values, and the dark values. And I'm going to click OK. From there, I'm going to duplicate 4 times, Control-J as you know. Go up to the top layer, and I'm going to send it through an adjustment threshold. And this, again, in the tutorial we said 90, but really depends on your picture. I do want some of his eyes shown in, because the eyes are very important. Sort of creates that identity for that particular person. The eyes are your windows of the soul, as they say, right? I'm having a tough time finding a good level, but I'm going to go ahead and go with 95. I'm going to click OK. Okay, I'm going to take off visibility of those 2 layers, and now I'm going to go ahead, take the visibility off the top layer, and I'm going to go ahead and go on down to the next adjustment layer. So 90 was my first one. I'll go to 127 for the second one. Okay, take visibility off that one. And each new layer will be a little bit darker. Maybe 160. Okay. And then image adjustment threshold. Bump that way up there. About 215. Say okay. Alright, now I am going to use the same colors for the time being. I didn't mean to do that, but I'm going to call this, again, just like in the practice, dark blue, red, light blue, and pattern. Now I'm going to allow you to choose your own color palette. We'll talk about that a little later. I'm going to go ahead and bring in that yellow color, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that hex number right here. Control C and Control V. Okay, I'm going to fill that bottom layer just like before, and there it is. Okay, take all the visibility off, leave the top visibility intact. So I'm in the dark blue layer, take my magic wand tool. Oh, not yet. Got to go to filter. I'm going to apply that artistic palette knife rather. Okay, that's not good, so we need that detail. I'm going to bring it all the way to number 1 and 3 and 10, just like in the tutorial. Click OK. Go on to the next one. The red layer, artistic palette knife, and this time bring that stroke value up. This time I'm going to put it to be 14. Don't forget, every photo will look different, so you have to sort of make a judgment, a visual judgment, assess whether or not you need more or not. I'm going to click OK, take visibility off, and I'm just going to keep going through this. So I'm going to do Control F to apply the same exact filter as the previous one. And I'm going to do Control F here as well. Okay, now I'm going to go back up to the dark blue, get my magic wand, click on the white, don't forget, make sure contiguous is unchecked. Hit delete, looks pretty good. Oops, Control D to deselect. Okay, go on to the next one, hit delete. And the next one, hit delete, and I'm doing Control D to deselect those ants every single time. And I'm going to hit delete on that last layer. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to create that pattern. So I'm going to minimize this window, go to File, go to New. I'm going to make this 5 inches, 5 by 5. No need to name it. And so create that skinny little rectangle. This is going to be the pattern for the face. Control Option T, and I'm going to hold my Shift key, bring that down, maybe bring it up a little bit. Hit Return, and then Shift Option Control T all the way down. Okay. Then we're going to color that background. Background color is going to be this blue. Where's that blue? There's the blue. So light blue, 71969F. Okay? Type that right into that hex value. Option delete to fill with the background color, or sorry, with the foreground color. Hit edit, define pattern, say OK. You don't need that anymore, so I'm just going to close that. Okay? Bring back Lincoln. Now double click the layer, go to pattern overlay, and find that pattern. And move that over so you can see your portrait, and then just scale it down. And right now I'm at about 9%. Click OK. Again, everyone's going to have a different effect. So I'm going to go to light blue. It's already got light blue in the foreground color. Control Option Delete. Looking good. I have no idea how this is going to look, but I think it's going to be okay. So now I need that red value. Oh, I don't want that. So I'm going to scroll down, go find that red value, and that's light blue. There's the red value. So I'm going to take it, highlight it, Control right click, choose copy, and then paste directly in that window to get that red hex value. Control Option Delete. Okay. Actually, Shift Option Delete will fill only the pixels. Okay, again, Shift Option Delete. Then I'm going to bring up that dark blue. Lincoln's looking pretty good. I can already tell this is going to work. I'm going to copy this dark blue value. Again, change that hex value. Control V and Shift Option Delete. Fill in that foreground color. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this layer that doesn't have the eyeball, the original photo, hold down Control and click that thumbnail. You notice how we got ants just around the face. I'm going to go into the background layer and do Control J. Control J will give me that silhouette shape. Okay, so if I turn off the background, I can see that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go up to the top of the layer, dark blue layer, add a layer, and get my marquee tool and draw out that rectangle with the ants and fill it with that dark blue color that's still located in that foreground color. Looking good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the background layer, and it's yellow, but I don't want that yellow color. I'm just going to go ahead and use that background and fill it in with the light blue color. Now I can just take my cursor and bring it out to that light blue, and you notice I'll zoom right in here. Well, I'll just sample that light blue, and there it is. Okay, click OK, and I'm going to do Option Delete. So I've got one half of the color. Now all I need to do is add a layer directly above the background, drag out a rectangle, and we'll create that red side. Now I can't remember, is red on the left or on the right? It's on the right, and so I'm just going to move that over. Again, separate layer right above that background. I'm going to click that foreground color, sample the red, and click OK, and fill it with red. Looking good. I'm going to go all the way to the top, add a type layer. This one's going to be blue. Say OK, and find a word, 4 letters preferably, because again we want to try to stay true to the style of the poster. I'm going to write in vote. Now I'm not the first to do Lincoln in this style, so I've seen the vote before, and I'm just going to keep it like that because that's a good one. Voting takes place in a couple weeks, November 6th. Now the last thing we need to do is create that border, and so I'm going to go up to Image, Canvas Size, and make sure Relative is checked. I'm going to do 0.25, and again the height 0.25, and click OK. There's that nice border. I'm going to go to the background, double click it to remove the lock. Then I'm going to add a layer above that and drag it below, because this is going to be where my yellow color is. So I'm going to go ahead and click the foreground, get that eyedropper, select the yellow, click OK, Option Delete. And there you have it, folks. We've got the color yellow. Is that showing up? Doesn't look like it's showing up. Why not? Well, here's what we can do. Control T and move that in. So somewhere around the tutorial must have messed up. I don't know how, but I'm running out of time, and so I quickly have to create that that effect. If I do that, I get rid of the blue. So what I'm going to do is delete that. I'm going to Control click that layer and move that over. So that just gives me a copy. And then I'll fill it with that blue. And I'm running out of time, folks. Okay, folks, I figured it out. There is a pause button. I should have done that, but yeah, when you're under pressure, that's what happens. You forget things. In any case, I think it's done pretty well. Now, if I wanted to touch up, I could paint, erase, and I would do that. But That's it. Thanks for watching.